Hello and welcome to another Monkeys Motors Monday morning vlog. So what have I been up to this week? Nothing. So we're going to take a trip down memory lane, tell you a story of old about my misspent youth as we run over a man. Cheeky fucker. Oh, the dog doesn't like bikes. Oh doggy, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Should we make it worse? Oh look at the dog, he loves bikes. I'm getting distracted from my video because I quite like doggies. He wants to kill me. It's okay, doggy. It's okay. I'm friendly. Wow, I went high pitched. What the fuck are we talking about? Misspent youth. So, well, I say youth. I was about 20. So when I was 20, on a trip back to my parents' house, I can't remember what I was looking for. It ended up with me rummaging around under my old bed. Guess what I found? No butt plugs. It was a box full of fireworks. A complete, sealed box full of like 50 fireworks, along with a an old tin which was full of my old bangers. I don't know if anyone's been to Europe, but in Europe you can get hold of little small sticks of TNT. They just sell TNT to children. In France they're known as petards. And yeah, family holidays to France used to buy loads of illegal explosives and then smuggle them back into the UK so I could blow shit up. Just army men, Jenga blocks, that kind of thing. Never did any property damage or harmed any wildlife. I just like blowing shit up. Who doesn't, eh? So, yep, 20 years old, find a box full of TNT and fireworks and think, fuck me, now's the time to relive my misspent youth and go blow some shit up. Alright, mate? That was another one. 2 nods. Is that 2 R6s? Not R6, R125s. Steady down. Anyway, fireworks. So yeah, I phoned my mate Graham. I don't know if I phoned him, to be fair. Mobile phones back in those days, eh? Only kidding. Probably texted him and said, I've got a box full of explosives. Let's go blow some shit up. So I go pick up Graham, and then I go to the most secluded, isolated place I can think of, which is like these woods in the village of Barham, where my parents live. So I pick up Graham. We drive to these woods, which are in the middle of fucking nowhere, and then walk for like a couple of miles into the middle of just fucking nowhere we are, with our box full of explosives. And is that Sam? I think this is a fellow co-worker. Let's give a wave to Sam on his human-powered motorbike, also known as a bicycle. Anyway, we set off into the woods to dick about with some fireworks, and we were planning on doing some pretty stupid shit, but we did prepare. So we had, thick clothes, head to toe. I had my old motorbike gloves on, I'm pretty sure, from my moped days. I think Graham might have borrowed a pair of my skiing gloves. And we had squash goggles on, balaclavas. There wasn't an inch of skin showing. We were completely covered head to toe. And then we proceeded to be, complete fucking idiots. Lighting fireworks in our hands, throwing them in the air, shooting them at each other. All the things you always wanted to do with fireworks as a child, and obviously you're not allowed, so you just do it when you're an adult instead. We're having a whale of a time until I get a phone call from my mum about her slightly crazy friend. Sorry, she doesn't watch these videos. Who lives near the woods and kind of feels like she owns the woods, despite them being a public place. And it turns out she can hear all these bangs, and she's convinced it's gunshots. Some hooligans in the woods, to the point where she then sneaks into the woods and supposedly sees some balaclavaed youths firing guns at each other, which I can only guess is me and my mate Graham trying to make some sort of handmade cannon out of the little sticks of TNT, wedging them in the spent Roman candle tubes and then putting rocks in the end, as you do. And that she's phoned the police, and the police are coming, and that she's also let the air out of all my tyres on my car, so we can't escape. Because yeah, Michelle didn't know it was her good friend's son that was in the woods blowing shit up. So yeah, fuck, police are coming. Firearm police, nice. So we we were good boys anyway. We'd been picking up our rubbish as we went, but sadly, obviously, the TNT is slightly illegal, so we buried that in the woods, as you do. Put it all back in the tin, buried it. Don't want to get arrested. And then we had all our spent used fireworks anyway, so we put all those back in the bag because, you know, no one likes a litterer. Got back to the car, and yeah, Michelle had in fact let the air out of all my tyres. But at this point she'd learned that it was her good friend's son who she's trying to get arrested, and begrudgingly decided to help. She had one of those, like, plug it into the lighter thing in the car and then it pumps up tyres. So she pumped up my tyres. And yeah, it was just, you know, me and Graham back in the car, all the fireworks in the boot, setting off down this country road thinking, fuck, we've made it. Until we get, you know, a mile down the road and there's a police car coming the other way. And we're like, oh look, there's a police car. It's a, you know, it's a small country lane, so I get over to one side to let the police car pass the other way, as any nice person would. But the police car just pulls in front of the car and blocks us in, and then gets out, and they don't look best pleased. So we are then greeted by two police officers who are demanding to, you know, search us head to toe and the vehicle for illegal firearms. But yeah, luckily, you know, we had all the used and unused fireworks in the boot, and being two polite gentlemen, we explained to the police officer about the misunderstanding, and then after thoroughly searching the car, they let us on our way, as we didn't actually break the law. So yeah, that was fun. Good fun. The coppers were actually quite nice. They both, one of them also went to the University of Kent, Graham and I went to, so we just chatted to him for a bit about his law degree, and then we were let on our way. You know, he kind of said don't do it again, but at the same time we didn't actually break the law. He just said, you know, go to a different woods next time, we're less crazy ladies. So yeah, that was my fun experience with fireworks. I have to say, it is pretty dangerous and stupid what we did. At one point I had a Roman candle in my hand. You remember I was wearing these thick gloves, and it was all fun and games. It was shooting out, you know, the red, green, yellow, whatever, balls of light, fire, whatever, out the end in little balls. And then at the end, rather than just kind of fizzling out, it suddenly exploded into massive sparks and shot backwards out my hand. And it actually melted all the fingers of the glove together. So yeah, I did nearly lose a hand. Fireworks are dangerous. Don't try this at home, kids. Plus you might get arrested. So yeah, that's the story I went for today. Good fun, good times. I never got to do, the one thing I always wanted to do was stick fireworks in paint. That seems like fun. Maybe I'll do that when I'm 30. Anyway, thanks for listening. See you next time. Customer, please, a bit of plastic, because I can't even comprehend what I'm seeing, you know? Who does that? Who just walks up to someone using a conveyor belt and then slaps down the next customer please bit and it's like, well, this is mine now, bitch. What are you going to do about it? So, I was, you know,